Hey everybody, it's Beth. Today I'm using these little stamps from Dollar Tree. I put one letter on at a time on these stamp blocks that are also from Dollar Tree. And I'm using some wood slices. These I got from Amazon, but any craft store would have them. I'm spelling out the word welcome. So I just kind of lined them up as I was going to make sure that I was going to have them in the right spot so you could see them, because the wood slices will be overlapping. Once I had all my letters on there, I did one little wood round at a time, putting some Gorilla Glue and hot glue on the beads. And then since I'm overlapping them, I'm having to space them out and just make sure I'm having them in the right spots before I glue them down. So the ones that go on the top, the glue will go on the wood slices that it'll be attached to. So I just keep continuing that process all the way down until I have them all glued on there. So that's what it looks like so far when all the letters are on there. Next, I take my greenery, and this again was from Walmart, lamb's ear pick. And then I take my two little flowers, those I got from Amazon, and I take two separate little bunches with different greenery and florals and cut down the stems so they'll be pretty close together, just going in the opposite direction. Have the stems from one bunch right on top of the other bunch, and then I take some floral wire and wrap it around to connect both of those together. Next, I take another piece of floral wire and wrap it around the stem from my flower, and then wrap that wire around my bunch of greenery. And I do that with both of those. And I leave those wires long on there for now from both of those flowers being attached, because that's how I will attach it to the beaded form. And then here I'm just trimming up some of the stems and taking needle nose pliers and just bending down the wires that were sticking out from attaching the wire to the greenery. And then I flip the bunch over and take those two wires that I attached the flowers from and wrap it in between a couple of the beads and then trim those up. Again, taking my pliers and just folding down the excess wire so they're not poking out. And then to make the hanger for it, I just took another piece of wire, put it up at the top in between a couple of the beads and twisted it, and put that twisted part in between the beads. And then the flowers are moving around more than I liked, so I just added some hot glue to keep those into place. And that is it. Super easy, but really pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching. I took this sign that I got from Target and painted it with Parisian gray chalk paint, and I just gave that one good coat. Next, I took this galvanized watering can that I got from Dollar Tree and painted just the bottom section of that with plaster chalk paint. Once that was dry, I took the Distress Oxide pad and just went along the edges of it. And I couldn't get it on all the spots, so I just took a small paintbrush, put it on the pad, and then brushed it on the edges. And then I went around with my hand and just blended it all in. And then next I took a sanding block and just sanded the front of it to give it a little bit more rustic look, taking off some of the paint on the raised parts on there. And then I used the Distress Oxide again and put a little bit on the front as well. Next I took the little piece of fabric I had and cut it down a little bit smaller and stamped the word bloom on the front of that. And then I hot glued that to the top of the watering can, kind of at an angle, so it looked like it was hanging down a little bit. And then I took that whole plaque and put some hot glue on the back and placed it as centered as possible on the front of that painted frame. Next, I took the florals I got from Hobby Lobby and I cut the flower right off the stems and then hot glued them right on top of the galvanized flowers. Then I also used the greenery, which was from Walmart, and just cut pieces off and placed some of that throughout the florals. And that's it for this project. I think it turned out super adorable. Thank you guys so much for watching.